More than 19 years after the Wollongong Wolves battled it out on the national stage in Perth in one of the great grand final comebacks against the Perth Glory, they welcome another team atop the Western Australian football pyramid in Perth Soccer Club in the second National Premier League semi-final to determine who meets Queensland's Lions FC in next week's grand final. Yes, hello and welcome to Albert Butler Park for a mouth-watering clash between two teams that won their respective NPL competitions in New South Wales and Western Australia by an emphatic 9 and 11 points respectively. I'm your match caller, Tony Tanous, and I'm delighted to have your company on the National Premier League's website and across the FFA, YouTube and Facebook channels. Remember, we're live and interactive, so be sure to share the stream around, leave comments throughout, and if you are on Twitter, use the hashtag NPL Finals Series. Let's take a look at the lineups. And for the hosts, Wollongong Wolves, Luke Wilkshire makes one change to the side that thumped Canberra Olympic 5-1 here last week, with the Japanese import Takeru Okada coming back in for Brendan Griffin. The full lineup in goals: Justin Passfield, a back four of Taylor McDonald, Nick Littler, Nikola Georgievich and Chris Price. The holding midfielders are James Stoicheski and Guy Knight. The attacking midfielders, Harry Callahan and Takeru Okada. And it's a front two of Lachlan Scott and the NPL New South Wales Golden Boot, Thomas James. Substitutions for Wollongong Wolves: Luke Kyries, Darcy Madden, Liam Wiley, Stefan Demoski and Brendan Griffin. As for Perth Soccer Club, Ramon Falzon makes one change as well to the team that won in extra time last week at Heidelberg, with the NPL WA Golden Boot Michael Domfey coming into the starting lineup for Brazilian Gustavo Catarcioni. The full lineup in goals: Francis Soale, a back four of Alex Silla, Kieran Colwell, Bojan Radinovic and Jordan DeLeo. The midfield three are Harley Orr, Christian Santich and Paul Zimmerino. And it's a front three of Matthew Milinkovic, Michael Domfey and Andreas Theodosiades. The substitutes for Ramon Falzon's side: Dejan Aleksic, Thomas Southgate, Alex Jovic, Frank Fulfano and Gustavo Catarcioni. Yes, what a game this promises to be. As I mentioned in my opener, these two sides emphatic in their respective NPL seasons, winning their respective competitions. Wollongong by 9 points, Perth Soccer Club by 11 points. Had impressive victories last week in the elimination finals of the National Premier League's final series. And they're set here. Albert Butler Park is the scene. A very healthy crowd on hand. Travelling contingent of Perth Soccer Club fans. And the Wollongong faithful have shown up on this beautiful spring afternoon. We're just about set to get proceedings underway. Our officials for this one: an experienced trio: Craig Fisher, our referee in the middle, his assistants Ray Osborne and Nathan Watson, and our fourth official is Hassan Joma. It will be the Wollongong Wolves running from right to left. They are in the all-red. Back on the national stage, they are against the Perth side that are here for the second year in a row. Keen to make an impression, and they'll be kicking us off. It will be Zimmerino feeding Harley Orr, and we are underway in the semi-final of the 2019 National Premier League Final Series. The second of the semi-finals, of course. Yesterday, Queensland's Lions FC first into the grand final. An impressive 2-0 victory against Maitland FC. It's Harley Orr, such a key figure in the centre of that midfield. Here he is trying to press on Lachlan Scott. They get it out to Price, and now to Takeru Okada. Good combination this from the Wolves. Okada driving forward. Both coaches speaking to them in the build-up to this game, keen to get off to a good start. He's the player who's come into the starting 11 today, Michael Domfey, the youngster who's made such an impression in the NPL WA this season, the Golden Boot. Scored 15 in the regular season. Couple in the final series, the top 4 cup, as it's known in WA. And he comes into the starting lineup in that number 9 role for the experienced Catarcione. Alex Silla with the header down. Guy Knight gets it forward and the push comes from Kieran Caldwell there on Thomas James. They go quickly, the Wolves. Here is Callaghan dropping into the centre of the midfield. Now, Perth get the opportunity to counter-attack, but Callaghan wins it back. And he feeds Okada out on the left side. Now he gets it into Scott. Stepping out there was Bojan Radinovic. Starting alongside Kieran Caldwell in the centre of that defence. New addition to the club in the off-season, Bojan Radinovic. Moving over from the Dinala White Eagles, and here he is winning a header. Looking to combine now are Orr and Santich. He gets it down to Zimmerino. Guy Knight's alert to his threat, and now Guy Knight comes forward. Radinovic steps out and wins the ball, and now Zimmerino's got a bit of space. Tries to slide it through to Dom Fay. Reading that one well was Nick Littler. Here is Santich now, turning in the midfield. Or looks over the top. Cut out again by Littler. This time it falls to Theodosiades, and now he finds Milinkovic. And he gets the first shot on target. We're only 3 minutes in here. Perth have made a good start. Theodosiades feeding Milinkovic there. And now Wollongong going quickly in counter-attack. Does Okada keep that one in? The flag goes up on the near touchline. Thrilling start to this one, expecting that. Both coaches have said, emphasising how important the start is. Perth were here last year in the NPL Finals Series. They played against the New South Wales Premiers in Sydney Olympic in the elimination final. They were trailing 1-0 after 8 minutes in that one. So they've really emphasised how important the starts are in the competition this season. We saw that last week away to Heidelberg. Paul Zimmerino getting a goal in the opening 10 minutes there. Certainly Luke Wilkshire has been in the local press, the Illawarra Mercury here, speaking about how important the starts are in this game. They ended up with a 5-1 victory over Frank Karcher's Canberra Olympic last week. The first 15-20 minutes, Canberra started extremely well. And he's emphasised throughout the week how important the start is here. Here's Callaghan, pressed high by the left back of Perth Soccer Club. Jordan DeLeo takes the throw. And now it's Radinovic, who looks to go long. DeLeo making tracks down the left-hand side. Taylor McDonald doing a good job just to shut out that channel. It's a terrific start. We're only 5 minutes in, no score here at Albert Butler Park. Semi-final of the National Premier League. Final series for 2019. Djordjevic looks to go long. Looking to hit Lachlan Scott. The flick on looking for Okada. Flag's gone up though on that far side. Certainly great from a Wollongong perspective to see Lachlan Scott back in great form last week. Got the opening goal for them in that 5-1 win over Canberra Olympic. Player who suffered an ankle injury towards the end of the regular season that affected him throughout the finals. Certainly affected Wollongong. They were knocked out in straight sets in the finals after winning the competition by 9 points over Apia Leichhardt Tigers. They bowed out in straight sets against Apia and then Sydney United. So certainly keen to atone for that in the NPL final series. Weren't quite at their best. Certainly having Lachlan Scott back in full fitness. Big help for Luke Wilkshire's side. Santich now spreads it out to that left-hand side where Dom Fales peeled out. And now he combines again with Santich. The block comes from Stojevski. Theodosiades dropping inside, allowing Dom Fay to go wide. Now Wollongong can look to hit in transition. Key part of this tactical game today. Wollongong do like to go quickly in counter-attack. Team that does relish the space. Certainly part of the strategy will be to absorb the Perth SC attacks as they go forward to Dom Fay. He gets it out to Milinkovic, who's had the best chance so far of the afternoon. Two proactive teams. Certainly Perth like to play on the front foot, press high. We saw that last week against Heidelberg, not letting the Burgers out of their box for much of the first half. Really pressed them high. Very impressive structure from both these sides. As Callaghan drops inside, and now James out on that far side. Getting forward was Taylor McDonald. Now Theodosiades tries to combine with DeLeo, but McDonald does well just to hold it up. See that left-hand side. Such a key pillar for Ramon Falzon in his side. Theodosiades gets it forward here to Zimmerino. Now the combination. Dom Fay can't quite find Theodosiades. The similarity between these two sides throughout the regular season certainly didn't go unnoticed. Both got off to flying starts in their NPL seasons. Wollongong undefeated in the first 8 rounds of the season. Perth undefeated for the first 13 rounds of the season. They certainly set the pace from early on, and they were able to hold the lead right throughout the season. Gaps did narrow at various times. That early pace set laid the foundation for their seasons. Work done in the pre-season. Here's Takeru Okada now. Lovely combination here. And coming forward is Callaghan. And what a save that is. Francis Sawali with the tip over the crossbar. Terrific bit of action there. The lovely combination. Okada involved in that. The two attacking playmakers, Okada and Callaghan. And it was Callaghan in the end who got the shot on target. And Sawale, the skipper for Perth, forced into a terrific save early on. Only 10 minutes in here. Wollongong have a set piece. Real area of threat for them. This one's over the top. Surface in terrific condition here at Albert Butler as James looks to whip this one in. Oars on the edge of the box. And now Zimmerino. Can't quite keep that one. Perth starting to face a bit of pressure here from the Wollongong Wolves. They look to press high. Put a bit of pressure here on the experienced Chris Price, who keeps his calm. And now it's Alex Silla. Lays it forward for Dom Fay. Battle in midfield here. Callaghan's been lively early on. Very impressive performance last week. James, you could see what he was trying to do there. The combination with Lachlan Scott. Now it's Knight who looks for James. Bit too heavy on that release. Both teams have created a good opening so far. Both keepers forced into one save. Pass fields was fairly regulation. Suale tested by Callahan as Littler has to clear from the press of Theodosiades. Here's the build up now, trying to release DeLeo. The flag's gone up on the knee touch line. Nathan Watson, the official, on the knee touch line. Talk about their respective seasons. Both these sides had the best defence and best attack in their respective NPLs as well. Wollongong Wolves, 52 goals for, 17 against. A plus 35 goal difference, whereas Perth Soccer Club, 53 goals for, 21 against. They had the best record in WA for a 32 plus goal difference. So you can see these two come in with a lot of confidence, a lot of goal scoring punch. Certainly Perth last year. They came to Sydney, played against Sydney Olympic. Certainly matched last year's premiers. After the victory last week away to Heidelberg, come in here with plenty of confidence. They got the leading scorer in Dom Fay in the starting 11. A project that has been from Ramon Falzon and Gary Marocchi and the team at Perth Soccer Club. Came together in 2006 at the midway point of the 2016 season. With Ramon Falzon coming in, taking over from Gareth Naven. And since then it's been 3 Premiership Championship doubles in 4 seasons. What an impressive record it is. 2016 and last year and this year as well. They're really looking to showcase the club on a national stage now, go to that next level. Starting to believe they belong here. And Ramon Falzon came across from into the Perth SC club. Part of the ambition was to knock Bayswater off their perch as Dom Fay gets in behind the Wollongong defence here. Still going, Michael Dom Fay, and he's forced pass field off his line there. Djordjevic disappointed to have let the big striker slip past him. Now Wollongong get it forward to their big target man in Lachlan Scott. Silla helping Kieran Colwell out. Now it's at the feet of Santage, who can switch it out to the left-hand side. Theodosiades can go one-on-one against McDonald. Drives infield. Technical player. Very neat on the ball, and here he is switching it out to Dom Fay. Good transition this from Perth. Can they get an end product? Dom Fay's cross, too heavy. Can't find Milinkovic. No score here if you've just joined us. It's Tony Tanous with you. Live and interactive across the FFA channels. Going live on nationalpremierleagues.com.au. And also the FFA Facebook and YouTube channels. So be sure to interact. Leave comments throughout. How do you feel this one will go? Where are you watching from? Last night's result over at Maitland. 2-0 victory to Warren Moons. Lions FC sees them into the NPL Final Series Grand Final for the second time. Consecutive seasons. First team to do that. No doubt Warren Moon and his boys will be watching this one with close intent. Ahead of next week's grand final. course, the hosting rights for the grand final, one of the talking points. Point system that's in place for the NPL final series. Can give you an update after yesterday's semi-final. Queensland Lions FC, they've gone to 16 points, equal with the Wollongong Wolves, who are on 16 points heading into this one. Perth SC on 11 points. As the ball goes forward to Thomas James, he tries to take on Radinovic. Doing well to hold him up. McDonald coming forward. Saw that quite often last week against Canberra Olympic. Theodosiadis pressed on that far side by Stojcevski. Does well just to win the throw. So quite a tight battle at the moment for hosting rights. If Wollongong can win this one, you imagine that they will be the team hosting the grand final next week. Of course, the way the point system works, 3 points for a victory in normal time in the 90 minutes. Victory in extra time is 2 points. If you win on penalties, and there is the possibility of penalties here, it's a 1 point for the winner on penalties. Home goals gets you 3 points. Away goals gets you 4 points. So still a number of permutations. Of course, if you do concede, you drop a point. It's the same with the yellow card. -1 for a yellow, -3 for a red card. So still quite a number of permutations and possibilities. We'll certainly keep you posted on the points throughout this one. As Wollongong come forward, Callaghan, who's had the best chance for them, just trying to combine with Taylor McDonald down that right-hand side. Luke Wilkshire, of course, does play a 4-2-2-2 formation. The two holding midfielders and the two wide players who like to play inside, the likes of Callaghan and Akata in those positions. It's a system very familiar to what he played at Sydney FC. Now the counter-attack. Domfay's in an offside position there. Looking inside for the bomber, Zimmerino, but the flag went up against Michael Domfay. What a job it was from Luke Wilkshire. Came into the picture at the end of last season. Took over from club stalwart coach Jacob Timpano. Did a great job laying the foundations. Wilkshire came in, perhaps reluctantly, in the initial phase. What a job he's done building this squad. Certainly trying to add an emphasis on the local scene. Brought in a few players from the Illawarra Premier League. Takuro Okada's one of those. Just seeing Thomas James go down in the background. Hopefully not too serious for the New South Wales National Premier League leading scorer. What a season it was for him. 22 goals in the regular season. And he was certainly one of the big recruits in the off-season for Luke Wilkshire, coming across from the Canberra National Premier League. Where he had a goal-a-game record. 80 goals in 83 games in Canberra for Thomas James. So he was certainly one of the big prize recruits. And then, as I mentioned, recruitment out of the Illawarra Premier League. So those two creative attacking players, Takuro Okada, the number 11 jersey, and Harry Callaghan, the number 14 jersey. Coming out of the Corrimal Rangers and Bulli team respectively. Guy Knight, another member of the midfield here, number 16, also came out of the Bulli team. So 3 players getting their opportunity on the NPL stage. And they've certainly relished that. Also, youngster Nikola Djordjevic coming out of the under-20s. Said he's a team that blends experience with youth. And hunger, certainly a big part of the Luke Wilkshire agenda in creating that squad in the off-season. And similarly for Ramon Falzon. Continuing to build on the success of the last couple of years. This guy's certainly one of the big additions. And Dom Fay. Now Santic. Milinkovic trying to get it over the top for Dom Fay. Here's the combination again. Wollongong crowding out the big striker. Now Caldwell. Alert to the threat of James in transition. Certainly a key feature for Perth. Santic starting to find a few pockets of space in the midfield. Fed by Orr. Now he gets it out to Theo Dosiades. Now it's back out on that left-hand side. In it comes. Price calm at the back post. Player who's been around this club for over a decade. Chris Price. So his fans have turned up in force. On the far side, it's Takeru Okada. Tries to take on Alex Silla. What a great battle that is. Two of the speedsters on display here. And Silla, a product out of the Perth Soccer Club youth ranks. Great story with Ramon Falzon. Drafting him in when he came in 2016. What a success story it's proved, Alex Silla. Still only 21 years of age, Alex Silla scoring the winning goal in the grand final. Deep into stoppages there. What a performance it was from Perth. Inglewood had the better of them in the first week of the finals. They had to do it the hard way, coming through the preliminary final. The victory against Floreathena. They got to the grand final. They got their revenge on Inglewood. As I mentioned, their third double in 4 seasons. Dom Fay's just drifted into an offside position. Starting to really get into this game. Starting to control it up, Perth. Faced a great opportunity created by Wollongong early in this game. Suale coming up at the save. Since then it's been comfortable for the veteran goalkeeper. And again, Wollongong can't build it through. Djordjevic this time alert to the threat of counter-attack from Dom Fay. Fascinating tactical battle, this one. Both teams with the utmost respect for each other. Midway point of the first half, 0-0 it remains. Thanks for your company across the FFA channels. It's the penultimate game of the NPL season. Next week, of course, the big one, the grand final. Certainly keep in touch with the NPL Premier League pages. All the details will be released tomorrow about the grand final. Wollongong just happy to keep it for now. Price gets it into the feet of James, who leaves it. Here's the combination now. Important touch there from Caldwell, just to hold it up for Perth. And James in sharply there on Milinkovic. Perth team not liking that one. Craig Fisher just keeping players from both sides calm. Experienced official. Late challenge there from Thomas James. Perth, as I mentioned, they've certainly spoken about the confidence they took from last week's victory over Heidelberg. Well, parts of that second half where Heidelberg really took it to Perth physically, asking a lot of questions. Perth showed their strength, and now they look for the ball inside. Milinkovic. Santic has made a good start, but he's dispossessed there by Stojcevski. Can't find James, and Santic is back on the front foot now. Milinkovic tries to feed Zimmerino. Different role for Paul Zimmerino this season. The introduction of Michael Dom Fay. The goals that he's brought has shifted the balance. Zimmerino was a 21-plus goal scorer last year. Perth's leading scorer, driving beyond Gustavo Catarcione. Domfay is a real traditional number 9, and he's shouldered the responsibility in front of goal. Zimmerino more of a team role in that number 10. Responsibility in that midfield. And it is such a dynamic midfield. Play with 1-6 in Harley Orr at the base of that midfield. He's a converted striker, was a striker in his youth days. Now in his 3rd year as a number 6, and what a role he's doing there for Perth. Here he is, getting it down to Zimmerino. Now the combination. Fouled there by Stojcevski. Certainly be pleased with the start that they've made, Perth. As I said, Sawale forced into one terrific save, but they've got themselves back in control the last 5 or so minutes, starting to hit Domfay. Here's Zimmerino laying it down to Orr. Peeling out on that left-hand side. Theodosiades, but alert to that was McDonald. Certainly Wolves won't be shy about absorbing the pressure. They are a team that can absorb a lot of pressure. That's certainly something Ramon Falzon spoke of in the build-up to this game. Got a lot of respect for their ability to absorb pressure and then go quick the other way. They're having to do just that at the moment as Santic can only find Djordjevic. Can Wollongong make a couple of passes stick in transition? Of course, New South Wales have a terrific record in this NPL final series. They've made the final 4 of the 6 versions. In fact, the first 4 versions. (2013) through to 2016. Sydney United have won it on 2 occasions. Blacktown City have won it once as well. So New South Wales certainly set the pace, but in the last couple of years they've only reached the semi-final stage. Sydney Olympic last year as Thomas James peels away, and now he tries to go past Radinovic. Thomas James, and Sawale forces, and picking up the pieces is Thomas James, and he carries on from his season in the New South Wales National Premier League with an important goal in transition here in the NPL semi-final. He gives the Wollongong Wolves a 1-0 lead after 29 minutes. The block initially coming, and Sawale forcing him wide. But TJ, the man they call TJ, kept his composure, and he slotted it in on an acute angle, and the Wollongong Wolves take a 1-0 lead to open this game up. And certainly for Perth SC, they would have spoken about the threat of Thomas James in transition. They would have known all about it. There was nothing they could do then. 1-on-1 against Radinovic, and he kept his calm in the box. Got on the score sheet last week from the penalty spot, but he hasn't scored a goal in open play for some time now. And he'll be certainly pleased to hit the back of the net there and give the Wolves a 1-0 lead. Perth just saying how they've been in control the last 5 or 10 minutes. Wollongong's ability to absorb and then hit quickly. And here they are coming forward again. This time Taylor McDonald trying to feed Thomas James again. He leaves it for Okada. Okada now with a chance to drive at Silla. Looking for the combinations. Or on the edge of the box. Perth having to absorb. Stojcevski! Can't get that one down under the bar. Terrific opportunity. Wollongong have got the bit between their teeth now. Rocked for 5 or 10 minutes by Perth's control. Suddenly they've come out. Talk about the history of Perth and the big game against Wollongong back in the 2000 NSL Grand Final against the Perth Glory. Wollongong forced to come from behind in that one here. They've taken the lead early on. Wollongong, when they get a sniff. See Stoichevsky driving out of midfield there. The combination on that right-hand side. Looking to keep the pressure on Perth here. The contest it's been. Hope you're enjoying it. Strong header there from Price. Into the back of Milinkovic. He's perhaps had Perth's best opportunity so far. So the Wollongong Wolves looking to take the New South Wales NPL back to the final, or the grand final of the NPL final series. As I said, the last couple of years, Apia, then Sydney Olympic, knocked out at the semi-final stage. As for WA, been to the final once. Bayswater was hosting Blacktown City back in 2015. So that's really the challenge that Ramon Falzon and Gary Marocchi have set these players. I want to take this team back up to that national stage. Milinkovic, a heavy knock there, just making sure that he's okay. Looked like a bit of a head knock. Just getting the treatment on the near side, checking on him. Keep an eye on that as Perth restart here. Santich with the flick on. Now Zimmerino. Chance to slip it through. Dom Fay again. He's offside. Not for the first time this afternoon. Perth have had a couple of good chances in behind. Flags denied them again there. Milinkovic still getting some treatment. So Perth just adjusting temporarily as Zimmerino coming out on the right-hand side. Playing a 4-4-1 for now. Back on comes Matthew Milinkovic. Good work from Milinkovic. Back on the pitch and working hard. Now they come out through Radinovic. Of course, without Nicola Sabatini, one of their regular features in the front third for Perth Soccer Club. He's in Italy at the moment, so they're missing him. Also missing Rocco Pizzata, who featured in last year's NPL final series against Olympic. Battling away here is Orr with Lachlan Scott, who does well. Now Callahan looks to spread it out to McDonald. Thomas James, as he likes to do, peeling into that wide right channel. And here he is looking for the ball inside. And what an important intervention there from Kieran Caldwell. Taking that one off the head. Harry Callahan, who's looking to dive in there. Driving out of midfield, the youngster. Terrific delivery on that right-hand side from Thomas James. He goes near post. Akata goes inside, and Soale took that one comfortably. Something that the Wolves do like to work on. Variations at their set pieces. Keep an eye for a bit of innovation if they feel they need to produce it today. Ball coming forward from Guy Knight. His opposite number in Caldwell clears. If you just joined us, goal on the half-hour mark has opened this one up. Thomas James scoring for the New South Wales NPL champions, the Wollongong Wolves. Team that, of course, won the national title 2 years in a row. Back in 2000 and 2001. They're looking to go back on a national grand final stage next week. As it stands, they would have hosting rights. Coming to this one on 16 points. A victory for them will mean they host here. I'll let you know the details throughout the week where that game will be played. Still plenty to go in this one. Perth SC harbour aspirations of their own. They want to host the grand final. They came in on 11 points, so they'd need a victory. Lions FC in waiting. Losing last year to Campbelltown from South Australia. They're looking to go one better this season, having knocked out Campbelltown in the elimination final last week, and then Maitland yesterday. Impressive performance from Warren Moon's side yesterday. Warren Moon will be his last game before he moves over to the Brisbane Roar. No doubt he's got his study going at the moment as Wollongong venture forward through a Carter. Look for that combination again with Callahan. Now they get it forward. Stojcevski started to influence in attack, forcing the defensive work all the way back from Milinkovic. The physicality of Wollongong. Fitness, dynamic. Starting to ask questions of Perth, who had a bit of control in the middle period of this first half. Wollongong certainly have settled after scoring the opening goal. Here's Price, now combining with Knight. Good work from Dom Fay to work back in defence. They can't keep it though. Slipping on the surface here. He and Zimmerino. And now, again TJ, Thomas James peeling out to the wide areas. This time Harley Orr does well. Such an impressive performance last week, Harley Orr, over at Heidelberg against a very physical Burgers side. Really helped control things in that midfield for large parts, especially in extra time. There he is fouling Thomas James. "35 minutes have elapsed. Albert Butler Park. Beautiful spring afternoon. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. It's been a terrific contest so far. Perth have had a bit of the play, but it's Wollongong now. They're on the front foot. Confidence of taking the lead. Now Santich. Dispossessed again as Lachlan Scott. He's got James available on the left-hand side. And that's where he goes. Looks to get it in behind. James keeps it in play. Now he looks for the combination. Akata back inside to James. Driving out of midfield there was Callahan. But on the spot was referee Fisher. No penalty there despite the award or the appeals from Wollongong. Referee right on the spot. Again, incisive attack from the Wolves. Callahan driving out of that midfield. Akata as well. That front four starting to cause a few headaches for Perth Soccer Club. Even Stojcevski's been joining the attack, leaving only this man, Guy Knight, to hold the midfield. Can Perth start to get a foothold back in the game here? Theodosiades it is. Alert defending by Taylor McDonald. Now the ball forward from Santich. Speaking to Ramon Falzon, he's certainly impressed by what he's seen of Wollongong. Structure that Luke Wilkshire's implemented. Lovely bit of play from Akata. He's back in the starting 11 today. And here's the combination now. Scott inside. Well, lovely play. And Thomas James. Sawali coming out. The flag's gone up. But you can see those little wall passes on the edge of the 18-yard box starting to come to fruition now for the Wolves. Looking very dangerous, flowing forward with confidence. And certainly Luke Wilkes should be very pleased. He's starting to get some joy in that midfield with Callaghan and Akata 2-on-1 against Harley Orr. Dom Fay's gone down here against Djordjevic. And he stayed down. Perth might knock this one out so he can get some treatment. He certainly went down heavy there under the challenge of Djordjevic. Passfield's just checking on the youngsters' health. 2 months shy of his 21st birthday is Michael Domfay, a Perth Glory product. Wasn't retained by Perth at the end of last season, so he's been picked up by Perth Soccer Club. And what a season it's been. 15 goals, as I mentioned, in the regular season. He got the opening goal for Perth in the grand final. He's had a couple of opportunities. Flags denied him in behind the Wollongong defence. He's back up on his feet now. In the final 5 minutes of the opening half here at Albert Butler Park. 1-0 if you've just joined us. The Wollongong Wolves, courtesy of a goal from the NPL New South Wales Golden Boot, Thomas James. Player who's had lots of experience, of course, in this competition with Canberra. So all goes forward, looking for Dom Fay, trying to turn on the edge of the box. Dom Fay, not a bad opportunity there. First half chance for Michael Dom Fay. He's the high press from Perth. Wollongong able to keep their calm. And James again getting into the wide areas. Coming forward is Price. Good combinations again from the Wolves. Looking very sharp here. Akata finds Littler, who joins the attack. Now Littler looks to cross it to the back post. Callaghan, the short player, trying to get on the end of that. Asking more and more questions here of Perth. Now the combination, Akata with James. Lifting it to another level here are the New South Wales Premiers. Perth just trying to hold on before the halftime break. Here is Akata. James again goes short. This time that's where he goes. Now the 1-2. In it goes from Akata. And now it falls to Zojchevsky. Gets it out to Thomas James. In it goes. Lovely area. And Littler was the player coming in and forcing some excellent defending there from Harley Orr. In the end, it did come off Littler. Orr doing just enough defensively there. Once again, the two visa players for Wollongong. Takeru Akata and Thomas James, the Englishman, at the heart of that attack. As the board goes up on this near side. 2 minutes of stoppage time. Fourth official, Hassan Joma. And here's Silla, player who does like to get forward, the right back for Perth. He's trying to thread the ball in behind there. Vladinovic forced all the way back, and now he combines with DeLeo. Santic, who's drifted out of the game. Perth have been under pressure since the Wollongong Wolves took the lead. Now they look to hit quickly through Zimmerino. Again, the flag's gone up. Silla was trying to find Zimmerino. It is his stock and trade. Paul Zimmerino loves to drive beyond the number 9. We saw that last week against Heidelberg for the opening goal of the game. Good pressure there from Santich. Gary Marocchi, medal winner, player in the grand final in the NPL WA. Still only 19, Christian Santich, player with immense promise. As is this young fella, Harry Callahan, who's been really impressive again today to back up the performance last week. Here he is, winning the ball high again for the Wolves. Had a dip in form second half of the season, wasn't in the starting 11 for large parts of the second half of the campaign. He's come back to good form in time for this final series as Price can't get it to stick with Lachlan Scott. And that's the end of the action in the first half. Been a terrific contest here. Perth certainly started well, testing Justin Passfield. Wollongong on the back foot for large parts of that first half. They eventually got it in front. It was Thomas James on 30 minutes opening the scoring, getting him behind the Perth SC defence. And he sat the keeper down and tucked it away on the rebound. Thomas James giving the Wollongong Wolves a 1-0 lead at the break. We will take a break. We're going to have some highlights of yesterday's game from Maitland between Maitland FC and Lions FC. And we'll be back after the halftime break with more action in the second half of the NPL semi-final.
And Stephen Laurie gets us underway in this semi-final. Chris Turner joining myself, Ben Homer in commentary, and here's Liam Thornton just stabbing one in and getting up for the header with Sean Pratt, full of confidence after that drought-breaking goal last week to seal the... No, it will be Cowburn to take though. He bends it straight into the wall, fell for Carl Thornton, straight at Barayan, good save. He had a good chance last week against Devonport, did Carl Thornton, and again right then and there, and he doesn't. Thompson, whose touch took him away from goal. That was a lovely touch. Now onto his left, and Thompson's shot is blocked. And he's just... So Liam Thornton curling it in, and it's on the roof of the net. As Henry onto Mitch Hoare, and now Joe Duckworth with an opportunity to put Lions ahead, and Matt Trott stood tall. Makwase with the opportunity. Hoare and Makwase link up, and he just tries to drop that one in the top corner. So Andy Thompson gets another chance to swing this one in. With a bit of breeze behind it as well. And there is the opening goal for Tommy Gerard. And Lions deserve it. Just his second of the season, but such a crucial time to score. Joe Duckworth rushing towards goal. Henry Hoare let it run on, and Sean Carlos with the strike. Matt Trott again. A bit more saving, they're not run as far as we see Joe Duckworth. Good save from Matt Trott, because that deflected off Tom Davies. To use him, Shepherd putting him under pressure. That's a really strong tackle from Nathan Shepherd. And they've got a 5-on-3 if they're good enough here, Lions. And Makwase doesn't have Tom Davies nipping at his heels. Here is Hoare. Oh, what a strike from Mitch Hoare. Just kicks out the corner, and Lions lead by 2-0. Can they produce again? Matt Thompson curling it in. Barayan's punch wasn't his best, and Cowburn just rifled the volley. Wasn't a bad effort. I don't know if I've seen that before. The flag was falling off the stick. Here is Hoare again. A carbon copy of the goal he scored previously, but on that occasion he couldn't quite get it close enough to the post. And he's been a rock at the back, Nathan Reardon. And history repeats in 2019 for the second year in a row. It will be Lions who will play in the National Premier League's grand final. Can they go one better? That is the question. They will play either Wollongong Wolves or Perth.
time for talk is over. It's time for Australia to get that spot. "45 meetings between these two, and the tone was set, wasn't it? All the way back, even before season one, and they've been going at it pretty hard.
He rises nicely and steers the ball down and into the back of the net.
Wonderful setting, sellout crowd, two best teams in the country. What an occasion we have. They score this one and they are the champions. Sydney FC are the champions of Australia. This original rivalry, always a keenly contested affair. There's nothing quite like this fixture.
It's an honor for us as coaches to work for this kind of club. I'm very thankful for this chance.
He rises nicely and steers the ball down and into the back of the net.
I love playing here and I'm going to love managing here as well. The attitude and the ambition of everyone's been first class. The games, you can't go quick enough for me.
How about that for a finish?
How good is the Melbourne derby? This should be an absolute cracker. Brilliant goal!
What can McLaren do? Scores!
I'm excited for start this new experience. I'm happy.
The stage is set for the 21st Sydney derby.
A special night for the A-League.
Fabio hand went low, it's got in!
Sydney FC is the biggest club in the country, and I'm just very, very excited to be here.
What a crucial game this is for both countries. How good is it to have the Socceroos back on home turf?
And it's a welcome back to Albert Butler Park in Wollongong for the second half of this NPL Final Series semi-final at the halftime break. If you just joined us, it is the Wollongong Wolves who lead this by 1-0. The goal coming from Thomas James on 30 minutes. Wollongong having absorbed a good period of Perth Soccer Club pressure. Got the sucker punch in transition. And that is the only goal of the game so far. So the work certainly ahead of Ramon Falzon and his team in this second half. They have to mount a comeback. Certainly back themselves with the results that they've been able to get throughout the season, the confidence that that's brought. They've played in a number of pressure cooker scenarios over the last 3 weeks in particular. It's come through 3 knockout games. A couple of those going into extra time, so they certainly still fancy themselves. Still plenty to play for here. Tony Tanous with you. We're on the FFA channels, and it is Wollongong who kick us off in this second half, running from left to right. Key figure, the Englishman Thomas James. Got on the score sheet last week from the penalty spot. He's been able to score from open play today. Man who set the pace in the New South Wales NPL season. Goals from open play certainly dried up in the second half or towards the end of the season. He's looked very lively. He and his fellow visa player in Takeru Okada, along with the youngster Harry Callahan, who's on the ball here, looking to play forward. Callahan and Okada finding pockets of space around Harley Orr. That's certainly been the challenge for Perth in the second half of that first half. Domfay's in behind here. Chance to strike on goal, and Michael Domfay, he couldn't get the power and the execution there, but the ball over the top, and he was in behind Nikola Djordjevic there. Terrific opportunity for the NPL WA top scorer. A little glimmer of hope there for Perth. As I said, don't write this young dynamic side off. Shown plenty of spirit throughout the season, last few years. They certainly backed themselves. They've got to be more clinical with opportunities like that though. Domfay couldn't get his strike on target. Had a period of domination, a good 10-15 minutes on the front foot, and in that first period Wollongong were able to absorb it. Might not be a game where they get too many opportunities, so efficiency is always a key ingredient. Down on that right hand side, looks like it might be Zimmerino out of midfield. In fact, Zimmerino's on his feet. Just keep an eye on this. Hopefully nothing too serious. Again, it was the long ball. Maybe they found a bit of a chink. They're looking to target Djordjevic with that ball in behind. Caught him out on a couple of occasions. Ramon Falzon certainly has a couple of attacking options up his sleeve. Mentioned earlier in the game, Gustavo Catarcione, who's been a mainstay in the front third, the number 9 role the last few years. So Christian Santich. In fact, it is the right back all the way in the attack. Alex Silla, let's hope he's okay. He just goes over to the sideline. Alex Silla getting some treatment. We've got Alex Jovic, can play anywhere in that front third, as well as Catarcione. A couple of attacking options also. Frank Furfaro is another attacking option off the bench. So certainly still plenty to play for at Albert Butler Park Here's James just trying to shake off Radinovic, who gets the free kick. I want to go quickly here, Perth. Mentioned the carrot of the grand final next week against Lions FC. Of course, the winner of the NPL final series, the national NPL champion. The other prize for them is a spot in the FFA Cup round of 32 next season. Both these sides falling in the qualifiers this year. Wollongong falling to Mount Druitt Town Rangers. Perth Soccer Club falling to Bayswater in round 6 in WA. So certainly one of the incentives in this NPL finals for the winner. Opportunity, of course, for players to stand out on the national stage as well, attract the attention. This man has certainly been capturing headlines throughout the NPL New South Wales season. Thomas James goes forward. And the challenge coming there from DeLeo is stuck to his task and in the end forcing challenge on that byline. It is a goal kick to Perth Soccer Club. Heavy collision there. DeLeo sticking to his task on Thomas James. That right-hand channel, which was so productive for him last week, it's been very productive again this afternoon. It's the channel in which he foraged to get the opening goal on 30 minutes. Silla looks back for Kieran Colwell. An excellent crowd here. Terrific afternoon. Great travelling contingent, of course, from Perth as well. Catching up with Gary Marocchi ahead of the game. As last year, public holiday tomorrow in Western Australia. So good opportunity for the visiting fans to make a weekend of it in Sydney. Flew in yesterday, just before lunchtime, trained. They made the trip down to Wollongong. And Sawale there, just having to be sure. Combination with Radinovic. Communication taking over the skipper. Now the ball out of defence is picked here by Takeru Okada, who can drive it Caldwell. Onto his left foot goes Okada. And Silla works back in defence just to double up and get the pressure on. Important contribution there from the right back for Perth. Just to help Kieran Caldwell. It's Wollongong again on the front foot. They have the lead. It's been a bit of variety we've seen at the set pieces. Carter, he goes inside this time, and Sawale beats in there, just past the post. A terrific opportunity. We know about Wollongong's strength as set pieces. They couldn't quite get that one on target, but again threatening there were the Wolves. Right throughout the season, the likes of Djordjevic got the NPL New South Wales goal of the season. The amazing scorpion kick. Seen Nick Littler, even last week, pick up some pieces at a set piece. Taylor McDonald as well. They do pose a terrific threat. As they look to go forward to Milinkovic, and Passfield had that one covered. Ball out of midfield from Zimmerino. Bit too heavy there. As Ramon Falzon sends his substitutes over for a warm-up. As I mentioned, an attacking trio on the bench. Jovic, Katarcione. Among those, it's the Wolves. Counter-attack is snuffed out, but winning it in midfield was Thomas James, so showing he can work back as well. Price can't find a Carter. Caldwell wants to get it forward to Zimmerino. To throw on that far side to Perth. As it stands, Wollongong will play Lions FC in next week's grand final. But Santich might have something to say about that. The block coming. Now it falls again to Santich. Guy Knight looks to hit Lachlan Scott, who holds it up well. And now Callahan feeds Stojcevski, driving out of that centre midfield. And now he finds James. Ball's over the top, but the flag's gone up. DeLeo doing well just to hold the line there for Perth. Catching Thomas James offside. But again, that danger in counter-attack. We saw throughout the second half of that first half, Stojcevski joining the attack. Lachlan Scott providing the buffer in that front third, holding the play up. Long ball finds Zimmerino, who looks for the first time ball. Audacious effort. We know he's certainly got that in his locker, the man they call the Bomber. He's a player who's scored many a goal from long range over the years. Paul Zimmerino. Saw us. Justin Passfield off his line there. Not much on inside. Tried his luck. Ten minutes have elapsed in this second half. Santich trying to get a foothold back in this midfield. Theodosiades finds Domfay, and now the combination. Andreas Theodosiades finds DeLeo. Can he keep this one in? Too heavy, that ball. And the opportunity goes begging. Execution hasn't quite been there. It's been a quiet afternoon so far for Justin Passfield, forced into one save early on by Matthew Milinkovic. Not happy with the ball pressure of that one. So he's asked for a swap. Such an experienced campaigner, Justin Passfield. Zimmerino gets the call here from Silla, who gets beyond Dakota. Driving forward here is Alex Silla, still going. Price does well just to keep his calm, helping Takiro Okada out. If Silla pressed forward, the opportunity now to counter-attack. Ladinovic ushering that one through to Sawale. Produced a couple of key stops against Heidelberg last week. The score's locked at 1-1. Francis Sawale produced an acrobatic save in the early going in this one to deny Callahan. And he got the block on Thomas James, but the Englishman was too lethal. Picked up the loose ball. Gave us the only goal so far of the game. Scott this time peels out wide. Now he looks for the movement up front. Okada now on his right foot. Takeru Okada. Tame in the end. Again looking dangerous, that combination around the 18-yard box. Certainly been part of the tactical plan from Luke Wilkshire ahead of this one. Felt like they might get some space in around Harley Orr. Perth, of course, playing with one holding midfielder. While they were set back for a part of that first half, they've looked dangerous in transition, the combinations around the box. Here is Zimmerino trying to take on Guy Knight. Silla again getting forward. Santich finds some space, and now DeLeo's available on the left. They go central. Domfay it is, and he can't get his shot down. But a good, encouraging build-up there from Perth. They managed to go through the middle, and they found Domfay in space. And he's had a couple of opportunities at the start of this second half. And you can see he likes to take it on first time. In the end, that one deflected. So it is going to be a corner. Haven't had too many, Perth. They go short here. Santic. Theodosiades. Trying to take on Guy Knight, who sticks to his task admirably. Players I mentioned who moved out of the Illawarra Premier League. We had the Illawarra Premier League Grand Finals on last week. Big time for football on the South Coast. What a season it's been. The Wolves dominating the New South Wales National Premier League regular season. Finish off as premiers. The team that Te Kero Okada was at last year, Corrimal Rangers, the team that won the grand final here. And as it stands, they might get one more week of football here on the South Coast. In the box seat, 1-0, they lead. Perth starting to get some more possession. They get it through to Theodosiades, but his header was comfortable in the end for Passfield. Can look to go quick to Stojcevski. And this is the danger now of Wollongong in transition. Perth alert to it on this occasion. Thomas James happy to hold it up, but we're going to have the first substitute. It is going to be the Brazilian, 34-year-old Gustavo Catarcione, and he'll come on. You're going to see a tactical adjustment here. Will be Theodosiades who comes off. Zimarino goes over to the left-hand side. So they've gone with the front two here. Looks like they might be playing a 4-4-2 here. We'll keep an eye on that. But Dom Fay's been joined in the front two by Catarcione. And Zimarino's peeled over to this left-hand side. Theodosiades, the player replaced on 61 minutes. So Ramon Falzon's played one of his trump cards here. Speaking to him ahead of this game, he certainly said the preseason was used to trial a number of different formations, challenge the players, and they've certainly been able to live up to that throughout the campaign. He's Catarcione, the fresh legs. Littler goes long. Now James trying to take on Radinovic. And then it falls to Santic. We can get it forward through Silla. Can't hit Catarcione, and it comes forward again through Stojcevski. Another of the additions to this Wollongong squad this season. What a season it's been. As Catarcione, the freshman, comes on. Dom Fay through the middle. A shirt pull in the end. It is going to be a free kick. No advantage there for Perth. So referee Craig Fisher right on the spot. And the Brazilian, you can see the feed there. Lovely ball looking for Dom Fay. Milinkovic was also sniffing around. And suddenly the temperature's risen here. Perth Soccer Club trail by 1-0. They have a set piece. Let's see the threat that they can pose from the set piece. Santic is the player interested here. Player of the match in the grand final. Can he lay one on a plate here? Too heavy that one, and Passfield fumbled. In the end, no one at his feet was able to regather. Lovely release out to Callaghan. Dom Fay working all the way back for Perth. So be careful not to give away a foul here. In the end, the pressure coming on Harry Callaghan. Forward it goes from De Leo. Nick Littler. Lovely ball over the top from Don Fay, but the flag's gone up. What a touch that was on the outside of the foot from Gustavo Catarcione. Don Fay does like to play on the shoulders of those two defenders. Littler, such an experienced NPL New South Wales player. Spent last season at Sutherland Sharks, moved over to Wollongong as part of Luke Wilkshire's squad build. Partnering up with the youngster Nikola Djordjevic. What a season it was. Said the best defence in the NPL New South Wales. We've certainly seen that on display this afternoon. Perth, though, starting to get a little bit more possession. Feeling a bit more confident, perhaps, of mounting a comeback. Front two on now. Milinkovic does well. Price over the top of Catarcione. This game's certainly gone up another level or two now. Perth mounting a second half comeback. They haven't got anything to show for it yet. Radinovic keeps his cool and finds the Brazilian, who turns on Guy Knight. Driving forward there, and it was Littler stepping out and fouling again. So the opportunity starting to mount. Another set piece here. This one's perhaps in range. Excellent work from Gustavo Catarcione. Taking that one on the chest and turning. And it looks like Zimmerino fancies himself here. Player who scored Perth's opening goal last week away to Heidelberg. Here he is, Paul Zimmerino. Will he go direct? Zimmerino! Not far at all from the bomber. A terrific strike there. Hasn't hit the back of the net as productively this season as he did last. Zimmerino, as I mentioned earlier, the emphasis has shifted. Don Fay's become the focal point as far as goal scoring is concerned. Zimmerino showing he can still pack a punch from range. And here he is. Lovely ball to Gustavo Catarcione. Forces him a little bit wide though. Open up on that right-hand side. Zimmerino's in the middle. Don Fay's also there. Catarcione. And suddenly the emphasis has shifted. It is going to be a goal kick there. Perth aren't happy about it, but the change to the front two has posed a couple of different questions here of Wollongong Wolves. They've shown their ability throughout the season to absorb pressure. It will continue to mount. Hope you're enjoying this. We're at the midway point of the second half. Tony Tanous with you, live across the FFA channels. As Takero Okada pinches the ball off Milinkovic. Touch of Lachlan Scott, a little bit heavy there. And De Leo can pick it up and get Perth going forward again. Looking for that ball in behind. Important intervention from Littler. Zimmerino again driving beyond the front two. And Harley Orr does well just to hold up Thomas James. It is Perth who are going to go, Wollongong Wolves in fact, who are going to go to the bench. Darcy Madden, who missed out last week against Canberra Olympic due to illness. He was on his sick bed. He'll be coming on here. And it will be the youngster in Harry Callahan. Another influential performance from him. So Madden comes on. Looks like it might be a like-for-like swap. Madden, who can play in that right side of the midfield four. Perhaps a little bit more of a defensive option. With that 1-0 lead. Here's Don Fay going forward. Michael Don Fay using his body well. Just to shield it away from McDonald. Littler doubling up though on the youngster. Getting the ball clear. Orr does well. Keeps it alive here for Perth. Zimmerino now looking to find Milinkovic. Price, who's had a strong afternoon. Santich, good technique from him. Just a pivot away from his defender. Here he is now. Zimmerino helps him out. Under pressure there. Ball's pressed as well. Good technique, but he can't combine. Zimmerino, though, in the end giving away a foul against Stojcevski. Terrific battle in that midfield. We are going to see Ramon Falzon go to his bench for the second time. It will be Frank Furfaro coming on for Milinkovic. Player who has provided an impact in the second half of the season off the bench. Frank Furfaro. Milinkovic's afternoon is done. And he's gone out onto that right side of the midfield. So it looks like a straight swap there. Fresh legs. Littler in strong on Tom Fay. Now James, the combination with the fresh man in Madden. And now Scott trying to drive inside. His touch just taking him wide though. And now it's McDonald. Good tail on that. Guy Knight. In the end, tame, comfortable enough for Sawale. It took the space there. Not a player we've seen hit the back of the net too often. Carter turns it forward. They lead 1-0, the Wollongong Wolves. Disappointed there with the return pass was Thomas James, the goal scorer. Certainly haven't seen much of possession in the last 10 or 15 minutes. As Perth have started to take control. Here's a Carter. Now combining with Stojcevski. In goes a Carter. Caldwell trying to hold him up. Still going the Japanese visa player. Now Stojcevski, and it goes. Good work by Santich. Now Katarcioni battling away. Guy Knight doing well, and now Taylor McDonald joining. Real battle in the midfield at the moment. McDonald doing well. And Wollongong come away with it through Madden, who finds Thomas James. Scott makes the run inside. Important block though from Jordan DeLeo. "72 minutes have elapsed here. Tony Tanus with you across the FFA channels. Hope you're enjoying it. Leave comments if you are on Twitter. The hashtags NPL Final Series. Wollongong have absorbed pressure over the last 10 or 15 minutes. And here they are trying to add to their lead. They've got a set piece. This is certainly part of the Wollongong DNA, the ability to absorb and then punish. Saw that in the first half. Can they do it again? Here, Stojcevski, in it goes to the back post. Furfaro clears. Wollongong happy to force Perth out here, trying to create a bit of space, keep possession. Katarcioni. And Harley Orr does well with Zimmerino. Can they keep it in transition? Again, it's Littler. Snuffing out the counter-attack. It's come off the Brazilian last. So it will be a throw here. Good battle. Good sportsmanship. Katarcioni and Littler. Mutual respect. Two of the veterans of their respective NPL competitions. Certainly for Wollongong. Madden's made an impact, and here he is combining with Lachlan Scott. Trying to get it on the left foot, the former West Sydney Wanderers player. Now the counter-attack's on. Zimmerino forcing Passfield off his line. or can't get it past Knight. Will be a Perth throw. Every ball so contested and this time dispossessed by Madden, who looks to get it out to Scott. Sawale thought about coming. Scott thought about the first time effort. Saw the keeper off his line. Tried it with the outside of the right foot. Couldn't connect. Now it falls. Stoichevsky can't get it down. Chance in the counter-attack there. Sawale thought about committing. This game evenly poised. Wollongong with a slender 1-0 lead. As it stands, they will be hosting Lions FC next week in the NPL final. Guy Knight gets it out to Akata. Good combination again from the two Visa players. Akata looking inside for James. Getting across there was Alex Silla. So impressive in recovery there, forcing the error from Akata. And it will be the NPL New South Wales Coach of the Year who goes to his bench for a second time. Luke Wilkshire bringing on a striker, Stefan Demoski. Might remember in the preliminary final against Sydney United, Luke Wilkshire sprung a surprise by starting Stefan Demoski. Looked like it had paid handsome dividends when Demoski gave the Wollongong Wolves a 1-0 lead. United were able to fight their way back for the victory. But it's that man Demoski who comes on for Lachlan Scott. No goal for him today. Such a key player in the Wollongong template. The target man, former West Sydney Wanderers player. As it stands, he's got one more game. Next week's grand final. But Perth having something to say about it down at the other end. Zimmerino growing in influence. Foul coming there from Akata. Trying to apply the double team on Alex Silla. Time ticking away for Perth Soccer Club. They've shown plenty of fight throughout the season. Late goals have been their forte. Lots of spirit in this squad at this club. The Azzurri coming home strongly here. Catarcioni fouled again. So it's another set piece. They go quickly. Donfay gets it out to the right-hand side. Farfaro it is. And his cross in the end, disappointing. Couldn't get that one inside. He had players inside. The opportunity goes begging. A set piece there. Wollongong looking to become the first NPL New South Wales side since 2016. To make it to the final as Akata. Perth struggling to clear this one. Eventually they do. It comes back. Furfara does well. Now can he find the ball? Over the top of Donfay it goes. McDonald's alert to it. Donfay applying the press. And now they win it high. Zimmerino's got an option inside. He goes square though to Harley Orr. Can they create something here through Christian Santich? Turning inside he goes. Now looking for the combination. Zimmerino. Over the top it goes for Catarcione. And in the end, Wollongong get the bodies around him and do the defensive work. Excellent defending again from the Wolves. Back themselves with a 1-0 lead. Turning on this one, he's Thomas James. He's got Domofsky available. James driving through the middle. On he goes! Sawale coming off his line. Anticipating that one well. And saving at the feet of Thomas James. Space here for Akara. Happy to keep it now. Wollongong have the lead as we enter the final 10 minutes. Stoichevsky still with plenty of legs. Driving out of the midfield he goes. Of course, Perth had a lot of travel in the last fortnight. They travelled all the way to Melbourne. Played 120 minutes there. Game finishing 1-1 after extra time. Perth controlling the second half. Travelled back to Perth and then travelled to Sydney yesterday. So let's see how fresh they are in these final 10 minutes. Certainly looked very strong in that second half, or second half of extra time in Melbourne last week. Wollongong absorbing everything they've thrown at them so far. The scoreline last year against Sydney Olympic, the NPL New South Wales champions, was 1-0. Domofsky turning on that one. His opposite number, DeLeo. Now the ball over the top for the speedster, Dom Fay. Passfield not taking any risk. Dom Fay forcing him into a decision here. Passfield keeps his calm and comes away with it. Such an experienced, of course, A-League veteran as Madden. Domofsky. Madden drives on here. Still with the ball, Darcy Madden. In the end, double teamed. A risk perhaps from Passfield at the other end. Bit going on in the back play, Darcy Madden. Assistant referee on the near touchline having his work ahead of him as play carries on the far side. Takeru Okada. Radinovic and Darcy Madden getting themselves in a bit of a tangle. Now McDonald has had a very solid afternoon. The right back for Wollongong. Santich waits for the movement. Coach disappointed. He wanted that ball over the top. Fafaro had made the run. Neither team able to execute in this second half so far. 1-0 it remains. The tension mounting. This time Fafaro's got the speed. But Chris Price, as he has done all afternoon, so composed. We're going to go back. It's finally a stoppage. Radinovic, it looks like he might go into the book here. It is a yellow card to Bojan Radinovic. First player booked this afternoon. Tensions mount towards the end of this one. Brendan Griffin. He's going to come on for James Stoichevsky. What a performance it's been out of midfield from James Stoichevsky. Going to bring on more defensive-minded Brendan Griffin. He's going to slot in alongside Guy Knight in the centre of midfield. One of the veterans of this club. Along with the likes of Chris Price, Taylor McDonald, Justin Passfield. That experienced blend. Hasn't that experience been vital today as Madden comes in there on Radinovic. And he's going to go into the book, it looks like. Perth players not happy about that follow through there from Darcy Madden. And the temper's certainly rising here. Madden goes into the book. So a quick couple of yellow cards. So much at stake, of course. We saw a bit of niggle in the back play between Radinovic and Madden. Radinovic got the yellow card. And the first opportunity for Madden. Six or so minutes of normal time remain. What a contest it's been. Perth certainly have had large periods of the first and second half. They have been in control. Wollongong in the main, though, able to absorb. Wollongong certainly had many chances in that first half to extend their 1-0 lead. Very dominant in the 15 minutes before the half-time break. Saw some slick combinations that they became renowned for in the New South Wales NPL. The likes of Akata and James, they weren't able to build on their lead. It's kept Perth in the game. They certainly mounted a second half spirited showing. I don't think anyone's going to be complaining if this one goes into overtime. Perth, though, need to find an equaliser. Dom Fay it is. Gets it back to Zimmerino. Madden, though, alert to his defensive duties. I mentioned the defensive angle Griffin and Madden provide. It's for Faro. Perth bench off their seats, feeling that Farfaro got the ball there. Tackle in behind. Guy Knight's the player. Copped the heavy attention there from Frank Farfaro. Hasn't this one livened up in the second half? Wollongong remain in the ascendancy, courtesy of the goal from Thomas James. Classical striker's goal, getting him behind the defence, keeping his calm in the box, despite a couple of initial blocks. Right now, Wollongong are in the ascendancy, but Zimarino's got something to say about it here. He's got Katarcioni available inside. In fact, Dom Fay, it falls to his feet now. But Djordjevic keeps his calm. The youngster doing well. Winning the ball high. Perth. Griffin's got the duties on Orr, who gets onto the left foot. Can he find his delivery? Katarcioni's available. He picks the ball up outside the box. On he goes now. Gustavo Katarcioni. Inside it goes. Too close to the keeper. The delivery's not quite there when they needed it. They needed the quality on that ball from Silla. And he couldn't quite find it. Pass field. Looks long for Madden. And he's in the box now. Chance to square it up for Domovsky. And he can't keep his shot down. Saw a glimmer of space and tried his luck from range. Stefan Domovsky. Forward it goes from Soale. Is there one more opportunity for Perth? Carter's peeling out to that wide left, trying to find Domovsky. Kieran Caldwell, player who did spend some time at the Glory Academy. Ramon Falzon asking for a contest in that front third. Frustration. Fouls. This time Madden fouled by Katarcioni, but the Perth coach wanted a challenge on that long ball from Dom Fay. He's the 1-2 now. Griffin. The ball inside for Domovsky. And the flag's gone up. In the final moments of normal time. How many minutes of additional time will we have? He's gone to the bench twice, has Ramon Falzon. Haven't seen Alex Jovic yet. Santic now over this one. Can they find the quality? Littler away. Such a powerhouse in the air, Nick Littler. The target there was Catacione. Not a bad delivery there from Christian Santic. Can they find something to unlock this tight Wollongong defence? McDonald's been a pivotal member of that this afternoon, as he has all season. In it goes from Santic. Domfay with the chest. And again they get bodies around the loose second ball. Domfay with the first touch in the box. But it was Djordjevic there to pick up the loose ball. Now Orr. Can't get it past McDonald. Does well though to hold Wollongong deep in their half. About to see the board go up from the fourth official, Hassan Joma. Looks like we might have 4 minutes. Just confirm that with the board. It is 4 minutes. As Sawale looks long. So 4 minutes for Perth to keep their NPL final series alive. This is the furthest they've got. They were at the semi-finals, of course, in 2016. Made it through and lost to Edgeworth from northern New South Wales. It's a 1-0 loss on that occasion. Danny McBreen, the scorer. It's the same scoreline here 3 years later. Zimmerino. In it goes to Domfay and pass field. Exactly what you need from your keeper in stoppage time. Coming off his line there. Zimmerino couldn't find Domfay. It's been a terrific, spirited performance here from Perth. Have not been able to test Passfield though regularly enough. Wollongong's defence has held up strong. And now Catacione, the combination with Domfay. Can they find the solution here to unlock the defence? The ball across, and there was McDonald. What an important intervention that was. A lovely bit of play from Perth Soccer Club. Siller it was driving into the box after some wonderful combination from Catacione and Domfay. But in the box, in the 6-yard box when it mattered, was Taylor McDonald. And what an intervention that was. Here's the resulting corner. Domfay's the target and he climbs and gets his header on. Now Akata looks to hit James in counter-attack. Keeps it in, the Englishman. Demoski's available on the right-hand side. That's where he goes. Can he keep his calm here and seal it for the Wolves? What a save. Sawale it was. Deep into stoppage time. It's a corner here for the Wolves. What a counter-attack. Action at one end. McDonald immense in the box defensively. And Perth go in transition. They had to rely on their keeper there, Sawale. As Wollongong went rapidly. Nachank goes up on the far side. The Wolves fans, they can sense a spot in the NPL Grand Final. They keep this one in the corner. Demoski and Madden, the two substitutes. Both certainly made an impact. It is going to be an opportunity though for Perth. Can they get it forward quickly? Forward it goes from Sawale. Catacione beaten to it by McDonald. Griffin clears long and he will do now for the Wollongong Wolves. Sawale keeps his calm. Now Radinovic, does he get dispossessed? It's that battle again. Madden finds Thomas James, the goal scorer this afternoon, feeding Akata! And he seals the deal with a wonderful finish on the left foot. The Wollongong Wolves are going to progress to the NPL Grand Final. Takeru Akata on the end of a lovely cushion down from Thomas James. Darcy Madden it was, feeding him with a wonderful switch of play. And it's the two visa players, Thomas James with the first, Okada with the second, and the Wollongong Wolves are going to march on for another week into the NPL Grand Final. And furthermore, they're going to be hosting it. All the details of that will unfold tomorrow. But they've weathered all the pressure in this one from Perth Soccer Club, and they've shown how lethal they are in transition. Their ability to absorb and counter-attack has been on perfect display here. And it's been a clinic from the Wollongong Wolves. Perth have certainly shown plenty of fighting spirit, not being quite able to knock on the door enough. In the end, it is the Wollongong Wolves who progress. A 2-0 victory, courtesy of goals in the first half from Thomas James. And then deep into stoppage time, he teed it up for Takeru Okada to give the Wollongong Wolves a 2-0 victory over the Perth Soccer Club. What a game it was. The Wolves march on to the 2019 NPL Grand Final, where they will be taking on Queensland's Lions FC, courtesy of their 2 goals here and the 3 points, of course, from the victory. The Wollongong Wolves will be hosting the Grand Final next week. Be sure to tune in across the FFA channels tomorrow, where all of the information about the Grand Final will be unfolded, will be announced. It's been some display from Luke Wilkshire's side. They've absorbed all the pressure that Perth were able to throw at them in the first half and throughout the second half, and they've gone forward and they've shown how clinical they can be in attack through their 2 imports in Thomas James and Takeru Okada. They march on. It's been a pleasure bringing you the action here from Albert Butler Park. Tony Tanous, along with the team from Bar Sport TV, across the FFA channels. Thanks for your company this afternoon. As I said, tomorrow all the information will be announced about the Grand Final. Wollongong Wolves will be hosting Queensland's Lions FC. Luke Wilkshire versus Warren Moon. What a game that promises to be. Thanks for your company this afternoon. It's finished 2-0 to the Wollongong Wolves over Perth Soccer Club.